Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the East Delaware Knights Team Builder Dynasty. In the last episode, we didn't have things go our way. We suffered our second loss of this series. Well, of season 3, I should say, not of the series, of season 3. But it is the second loss of the series to a specific team. For some reason, we cannot beat the Miami University. I don't know what it is, but we can't beat them. We lost last year in season number 2. That was the game early in the season that Lincoln Keenholz broke his hand and he was out for half the year. And now this year, we entered the ACC thinking we're all these big tough boys coming in here, all jacked up, trying to be the new kid on the block in the ACC, and we get humbled by the Miami Hurricanes. It is astounding to me that we can't beat them, and we played horrible in that game. Now, Jackson Howard was really the only bright spot. He had a couple sacks in that game, but for some reason, we can't beat the good teams in college football this year. We lost to number 2 Florida in the opening game of the season, the Athletic kickoff game. Maybe we're fraudulent this year. I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned because this team is better. At least I thought they were better than what we've played like against the big teams, the tough teams, but it doesn't seem like it. So in this episode, we kind of have a easier trajectory against some slightly easier competition in the ACC. We've got 3 weeks in today's episode because it's week 7, week 8, and week 9 because week 8 is the bye week this year. We also have some disappointing news about recruiting. Theo Graves, who is probably the greatest quarterback recruit I've ever seen in college football 26, maybe even in college football 25 as well, although I had Dougie Sims, but he didn't start out as good as he ended up being. He was good when he started, but I don't know. Theo Graves out the door looks like he's going to be a Heisman Trophy winner as a true freshman. And we were in the lead for him, but then LSU decided that they wanted him. And when LSU or a team of LSU's caliber decides they want a player, it's going to be really hard for a team like us with the lack of resources that we don't have to try to compete with that. Last episode, LSU surpassed us in the lead for Theo Graves, and their influence bar was so much bigger than ours. And I'm a little bit concerned that we just lost the race for Theo Graves on that 1 week. So we're still going to try to get him to commit. We're still going to try to battle for him. If we can somehow force a recruiting battle so he doesn't just commit out the door to LSU, that'd be awesome. But I don't know if we're just going to have any resources that are good enough to be able to save him. It's going to be too tough at this point. But we got to keep the faith. We got to stay in the battle. We cannot give up. The only good thing left about this recruitment is our hard sell has a chance to be very, very good. So that's the only thing that we can kind of rely on at this point. It's the last thing that we can rely on. So hopefully we can get Theo Graves on this team because I do think that Theo Graves is a complete program changer if he gets on campus, but I don't know if he's going to be here. We got to hope and pray. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross anything that can be crossed because we need all the luck we can get. If you go to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get into these weeks because we need to bounce back after a very, very disappointing loss to Miami. After that loss to the U, we have fallen, I think we were, number 12 in the country? Something like that. We were around top 15, I think. And we've fallen out of number 23 in the country. We are 4-2 in the whole season, but we have 1 loss now in the conference. It's very upsetting. We shouldn't have lost that game to Miami. Certainly not 33-14. We just could not move the football out, especially the game that we had the previous week against Syracuse where we absolutely blew them away. They didn't even stand a chance. And then we go and play Miami and we just got crushed. Absolutely crushed. Florida did, in fact, lose a game at some point this year as well, so they're no longer a top 10 team or a top 3 team, even. They were number 2. Very, very annoying that we lost that game to Miami. I'm still upset about it. But we have NC State, then a bye week, and then North Carolina. Both teams we should be able to handle. I know that North Carolina is undefeated, but they shouldn't be much of a threat. Then we have to take on top 10 Pittsburgh and Temple, which is a rivalry game, and then SMU and California to finish out the season. So season 3 is almost done already. It feels like we're just started season number 3, but we're already halfway through, basically. And this is the recruiting situation I was telling you about. Theo Graves. Just look at that influence meter for LSU after 1 week. I know they've got the S tier pipeline. I understand, but I want him. I want him more than LSU can have whoever they want. I want Theo Graves. I want him. And we did do the hard sell, so we're gonna once we simulate this week against NC State, we'll see how much the hard sell works for him. But we've got an A+, an A, and a B+. I'm hoping that's good enough to get us in the lead because we do have him on campus week 11, which is not going to be in this video. It'll probably be a next video, I would think, as long as he doesn't commit to LSU by that point. Yeah, week 11 is at home against Temple, so it'll be in the next episode. I'm just hoping, what I think the best situation is, and the reason why I scheduled Theo for such a late visit is because I kind of knew that LSU was going to be a pain in our side here, the thorn in our side, and I wanted him to get as late of a visit as possible so we could kind of steal him at the end, kind of. And so what the best case scenario is, we build up these next couple weeks with NC State's victory, with the influence from the hard sell. We build it up to where our influence gets us really, really close to LSU, maybe even surpassing LSU, hopefully by the time week 11 comes around, and then maybe that week 11 visit catapults us ahead of Theo and he chooses us. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, and what's probably going to happen, is LSU's influence just continues to grow and grow. They schedule him on a visit, but he doesn't even take the visit. He just commits outright before the visit even happens. That's worst case scenario and what's probably going to end up happening. If we take a look at the stats, not the career stats, if we take a look at the regular season stats for Jackson Howard has put on a historic season. He has 21 sacks through 6 games. That is on pace to shatter any record that's ever been set in any league or any sport at all. I mean, if we go to records and we go to single season sack record, Terrell Suggs has 24. Jackson Howard is 3 away from tying, and we still have half the season to go. So Jackson Howard's about ready to have a magical, historical type of season. We do have this home game against NC State. This should be a pretty simple game, kind of on the same lines as that Syracuse game. So I'm not really expecting any tough battles, but you never know. Maybe this team is kind of on the downswing after that upsetting loss to Miami. Maybe they just don't feel confident in themselves anymore. I don't know. We gotta win this game, though. That's all I know about. Because if we keep losing, we can kiss Theo Graves goodbye. We are here in Dover, Delaware, to take on NC State. We've got the home field advantage. We've got the crowd on our side. We got the everything. We got to come out here and dominate. Got to come out here and dominate. Shelton Lighton, Keelan Rounds are the impact players on this offense, as you would expect. We just need to come out and prove that we are the real deal. Prove that we're not fraudulent, although we kind of proved that we're not fraudulent against the good teams. NC State's not really at the top of that list, but we still got to win against the teams that we're scheduled to play. And since we've had such a struggling season against top teams, it's kind of good that we didn't get ranked or we didn't get matched up against a Clemson or a team like that for this first season in the ACC. I'm assuming next year we'll have to play Clemson, but at least this year we won't have to worry about it. Maybe Theo Graves will be the starting quarterback of that team that plays Clemson next year. Who knows? Probably not, though. But you got to keep believing. Keep on believing. Don't stop believing. And try to get Theo Graves on this roster. Because if he's added to this team, the sky is the limit. He probably starts as a true freshman alongside what's his face? Why am I blanking on my quarterback's name? Not Cole Welliver. Kenyon Garnett. I couldn't think of the man's name. I apologize, Kenyon. I didn't mean to forget your name. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just forget people's names. Kenyon Garnett is who I was thinking of. He probably starts alongside him. Maybe if we get Theo Graves on this roster, he's the #1 quarterback, and then we kind of just bring in Garnett in packages like a QB blast, like what we're going to call right here. That's probably what we do. We probably don't go full 2-quarterback system because I want to give as much development as possible to Theo because he's got the chance to be generational. It's just that simple. But also a guy who's got the chance to be generational is Kenyon Garnett. I mean, with the athleticism that he possesses, there's no way you can keep him off the field. He's got to get on the field. So we got to find ways to get him on the field. That's why we've turned it into a 2-quarterback system in the first place. That ball's out, though. Picked up by offensive lineman for East Delaware. That's upsetting. Kenyon Garnett, oh, that's down. His knee was clearly down. Shelton Light doesn't usually fumble. I was a little bit concerned, but that knee is clearly down. Yeah, clearly down before he just, for some reason, just lets go of the football as he's getting brought down. It's not like NC State reached a hand in there or anything. He just kind of let it go. It was kind of strange. Hand off to Lighton. He gets up there. Do they have, hold on. Did I see the right, they have a player on their team that is familiar to me. Yeah, they've got Dennis Dicker. Didn't we recruit Dennis Dicker? I feel like we went after Dennis Dicker, but he chose NC State maybe? I can't remember exactly. That name sounds familiar. I feel like we went after him. Should I snap this before the end of the quarter? No, let's just let it go to the end of the quarter. We've wasted a quarter of play here in Dover, Delaware. That's fine by me. We've been the only drive so far. We are falling down the ACC standings with those 2 losses. That corner is way offside, so we're going to snap it anyway. We get a free play, and it's not going to matter. We're going to decline the penalty. I don't like that they have that glitch where they line up offside like that. Sometimes it works in my favor, but that time, I mean, I didn't really need the benefit of the offside because I knew we were going to get the first down and more anyway. But we'll take it. It happens. And there is Cameron Poe into the end zone. Touchdown, East Delaware. The Dragon Warrior delivers a beautiful drive. And we will lead against NC State. Now it comes the fun part. Now comes the defensive drive where we get to see what Jackson Howard can do. He put up historic numbers against Syracuse, and then he also had a couple of sacks against Miami. I think he had 3 against Miami. So we get to see what he can do against NC State's left tackle, who's going to be put in the blender today. C.J. Bailey is the quarterback for NC State here in year 3. He had 2 interceptions last week, but no touchdowns. Kind of a sucky game from the NC State quarterback. And here is Jackson Howard. I wish he wasn't a senior so he can come back for another season, but he's putting up a 1-year historical performance, that is for sure. And that's not even Jackson Howard who gets there. I'm not even sure who was that. That was... Oh, it was Langston Bowling, the big 400-pound D-tackle getting in on him. Langston doesn't get a lot of love. He's now 2 plays in a row he's gotten into the face of the quarterback, pressuring C.J. Bailey. And maybe Langston Bowling's going to have himself a day. I'd love to see a breakout game from him. But so far through 2 plays, Jackson Howard hasn't been able to make an impact on this left tackle. First down for NC State, John David LaFleur. Matt LaFleur's grandson. 1st and 10. Come on, Jackson. Get to the quarterback. It's not going to be Jackson Howard. It's going to be Evan Thomas, the transfer defensive tackle. Okay. Evan Thomas got there quick. I wasn't even really paying attention. I was just trying to get off the block with Howard. Kind of insane pass rush from Evan Thomas. Good tackle. They get a couple of yards back, but it's 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13. Jackson Howard has not been able to make an impact so far in this first drive. That's a quick throw. Mims makes the tackle. 4th and 9. They'll punt it away. Defense comes up big. You love to see it. We just need the defense to continue coming up big, and we'll be good to go. Poe back to return. He's got it, and Poe has a few yards of returning room. You know what? 30-yard line, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's go back to the QB blast because we broke off a pretty good run last time. Maybe we can do it again. QB blast. Not really. They kind of blew that up. Garnett really didn't have anywhere to go. That's okay. That's okay because we got the best running back in college football in Shelton Lighton. And he gets the handoff down to the 38-yard line. Let's go with a wheel trail and send it the other way because this has Shelton Lighton touchdown written all over it. Or just a quick little dump down to Keelan Rounds. Might as well just get it the first down guaranteed. I could have waited for Lighton to see if he was going to get open there, but just get the guaranteed yards. When you got the guaranteed first down, might as well take it. Poe will get a couple yards, not too much. But we've already taken this to the 2-minute warning of the first half. This game's flying by with the accelerate clock and with our strong run game. We're kind of dominating. Handoff Lighton. He'll get wrapped up at the 50, 3rd and 5. How does one get a first down here? We've got Kenyon Garnett, so the scramble is an option. Let's roll. Let's roll. Oh, that's wide open. A lot of it's wide open, actually. Keelan Rounds has a lot of yards to work with. Keelan Rounds with a juking up the field at the 22. I mean, basically everything there was wide open. I could have had the pick of who I wanted to throw to. I just chose Keelan Rounds because he's God. We do have to be careful about, defensive lineman or defensive edge swats that football away. I was going to say we do have to be careful about the clock because it is starting to roll a little bit too dangerously close to triple zeros as Shelton Lighton goes down at the 20. And I will call a timeout here just to reset everything. Just to get everything reset. Make sure we don't run out of time. Welliver's in the game. 3rd down and 8. Fire that into Butler Tanner. 1st down and more. That's big. What a throw from Welliver. 31 seconds left. Clock stops momentarily to get the ball set. Handoff to Lighton. Lighton fights off a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, East Delaware. What a broken tackle from Shelton Lighton. And we take a 2-score lead right before the half. Huge. Absolutely huge. We are bullying NC State right now. The Wolfpack has no chance. They'll kneel it down. 25 seconds left. Are they going to try to do anything? They probably will. Who knows if they'll be successful or not. We need to see. This left tackle's doing a good job on Jackson Howard right now. At least he did on the first drive. That's a quick little throw. And it's going to go nowhere. Timeout called by the Wolfpack. Who is that? What is happening right here? What am I watching? Come on, Jackson. Do I need to switch you to the other side? Because this left tackle is giving you some problems. Usually you're just winning right immediately, and now you're not. Good tackle. Is that Jarek Francis who got that? That might have been. Another timeout called if they're NC State's acting like they actually have a chance here. You don't have a chance. Another handoff to the running back. He gets brought down immediately. You know what? I'm going to call a timeout. You want to call timeouts? I'm going to make you punt. This is your fault. We could have just went to the half after one play, but you wanted to keep calling timeouts and then keep running the football. That's your fault. Might as well give me a chance to throw one more pass. We get to the 36-yard line. Who's going deep? Who wants to go deep and try to catch a football here? Keelan? We got Cole Welliver out here. We know how good of an arm Cole Welliver has. He gets it away. Keelan Rounds down the field. Incomplete. Didn't really get that good of a jump animation, to be fair. And we go to the half. But, yeah, I had to try it, so had to give it a shot. Because we've seen plays happen before by Keelan Rounds where he makes those kind of big catches at halftime. Here we go into the start of the second half. Micah Cypress delivers a kind of big hit. All right, defense, let's do this. Defense. Defense. Another handoff to the running back. He is going nowhere. Owen Chambliss bringing him down. No chance. That's what you got. Another handoff to the running back. He actually almost had a lane there, but he kind of stutter-stepped, and that cost him to not get as much as he probably could have. And it's a quick 3rd and 8. And Jackson Howard has been shut down by this left tackle today. Oh, wide open. I don't know what happened here. It's a touchdown, NC State. Did I accidentally screw something up? I know that it turned me into a player that I wasn't supposed to turn into. I was supposed to still be Jackson Howard. Did it accidentally turn me into somebody? Let's find out. So I'm Jackson Howard right now. I moved. It did. You can see that it turns me into the corner that's covering. It's Peyton Morgan. It turned me into the guy that was covering him. I don't know why it turned me. I was just doing a normal pass rush. It must have been the switch stick. That must have been what happened, because you can see I'm clearly usering Jackson Howard. You can see my little ring underneath who I'm usering. And then it goes away for a split second. Howard stops his pass rush, and then it goes back to him. So that stupid switch stick cost me a touchdown. I don't even know why it happened. I was just trying to do a pass rush move. I wasn't trying to switch on to a different player. And why would it turn me into the guy that's covering that receiver? He wasn't anywhere close to me. Why would that be who the switch stick turned me into? I have no idea. Very strange, and it cost me a touchdown. NC State actually looks like they are going to be competitive in this game now because of that. Cameron Poe with a solid return to the 22. Let's just go back on offense, because right now they can't stop us. Right now they can't stop us, so let's just keep going on offense, moving the football, doing what we do best. One little handoff. We'll go with a mesh spot here. Mesh spots always work. It's the most guaranteed play in football. It gets a first down. Good job. Of course, it's Keelan Rounds. Who else would it be? I'm half tempted to switch this out of a QB blast into a passing play. But we'll go with the QB blast because we know how money it is. Kenyon Garnett down the middle of the field. Nobody's with him. Kenyon Garnett to the 10-yard line. The QB blast is goated. That's why you got to have Kenyon Garnett on your team. He's got to find his way onto the field. He's too electric. He's too dynamic to keep him off the field. And that brings us all the way to the 7-yard line after the handoff, where we can try to throw that away. I got sacked before I could get it out. Loss of 10 on the sack. That's kind of brutal. It's Dennis Dicker who comes away with the sack. I tried to throw it away. He didn't get it away in time. I got to get that one away. That's unfortunate, and that's a 4th and goal. I was going to roll out of the pocket there, and it didn't end up working the way that I wanted it to. Can I make this? I don't know if I can. I'm going to try. It's up and good. Okay, if I would have pushed a little bit more, it would have went sideways. That would have been a little awkward, but we do go up by 10 now instead of by 14. How do we get stopped? Man, that sack really killed that drive, didn't it? Because we were at the 7-yard line. We had a chance to put it in the end zone, and then we get to take the sack on the next play or the next couple plays. Pretty brutal. And Jackson Howard has been a non-factor in this game. Number 78 for the Wolfpack has contained him pretty well, not allowing for Howard to get any sort of pass rush. And CJ Bailey has done a good job since that first drive to get the ball away accurately and quickly enough to where the pass rush has no chance. Why is Michigan State playing UMass this late in the season? That seems like a poor scheduling decision, but whatever. It's a quick 3rd and 1. Do we bring a blitz, or do I just... I'm going to let CJ Howard, Jackson Howard, I'm going to let him do his thing. No, he can't get it. I don't think the blitz would have worked anyway. Riley Pettijohn brings him down. The blitz probably wouldn't have worked. Bailey got that ball out immediately. Come on, Jackson. Where's your pass rush skills? Where'd they go? Oh, that's dropped. Almost intercepted by Pettijohn. Or that wasn't Pettijohn. Pettijohn was the one tackling him, I think. Where did Jackson Howard's pass rush ability go? He's been completely turned invisible by this left tackle. Kudos to him, I guess. Jack Cornelius with the missed tackle, but a big hit stick right there. I hate missing tackles, man. It's so frustrating. I'm so bad. So bad. Hand up to the running back. Blow it up. No! Riley Pettijohn! Riley Pettijohn was going to blow that up, and he got sucked into a tackle, or sucked into a block. Oh, my God. I hate when I get sucked. That's so brutal. Pettijohn had that, too. And that might be a roughing the passer call. No, it's a penalty on NC State, so it's probably a hold. Oh no, is it a rough? They're showing Jackson Howard. Did I rough the passer? Wow, they're gonna call roughing the passer on Jackson Howard. Really? Really? Roughing the passer on Jackson Howard. How blatant is it? So he throws it right there, and then Howard dives in. Wait. 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 You're telling me that is passer? That's roughing the passer? I don't even know if he touched him. They're going to call roughing the passer on this. Are you serious? Do the refs have money on the game? Like, what is this? How is that roughing the passer? He didn't even touch him. CJ Bailey was unaffected by Jackson Howard's dive there, and they called a flag on that. That is the softest call I've ever seen in my entire life, both real life and video game. I cannot believe I just got called roughing the passer on that. I didn't even touch him. That's a phantom call. That's crazy. That's legitimately, I'm actually angry about that. I usually don't get like that personally upset about penalties in a video game because what can you do about it? But that is just objectively bad. That's a horrible call. You simply cannot call that a flag on that because I didn't touch him. I think he went out of bounds, by the way, but I guess he didn't. Did he not go out of bounds there? I could have swore he went out of bounds. Touchdown NC State. Does this receiver not go out of bounds? No, he didn't. He didn't. It just kind of looked, the way that he came at the football looked like he went out of bounds, but he never did. Okay, so NC State capitalizes on a terrible penalty call, and they end up scoring a touchdown off of that. NC State is making this way closer of a game than they need to. And it's really all been just BS touchdowns. They had the one touchdown on the previous drive where they had a wide open receiver because the switch stick turned me into the corner that was covered, and when I didn't know I was turning into the corner, and took me completely out of the play, so he was wide open. And then they have that touchdown, which they capitalize on a BS penalty call, a BS pass interference. I mean, what are we talking about here? How was that even close to pass interference? I think the refs have money on NC State money line, and they're trying to keep them in the game. That's the only example or the only explanation I can give for that. I mean, how else do you explain that? How else do you explain that kind of penalty call? That's absurd. I still can't even believe they called it. What could they have possibly seen? 3rd and 4. We need to get a first down here. Gots to have it. Gots to have it. Shelton Lighton's going to get it, and he's going to get a little bit more. He runs over a couple of people to the 43-yard line. All right, Shelton. All we need to do is drain this clock. We are classic clock drainers. Bryce Kane will get 2nd and inches. I thought they might be able to give me a first down there, but of course not. They're totally against me today. Even though we're at home, it's not like we're at NC State. Twitter would probably be going crazy after a roughing the passer call like that. I mean, the refs would be bombarded in the streets after this game. Handoff to Lighton. He's got great blocks. And Shelton Lighton injured on the run, but he's got 2nd and 1 to the 38. Shelton Lighton, man, he's a big dude, but he's very fragile. Although for 3 years, or I guess 2.5 years, we have been running him pretty hard. So, I mean, it makes a little bit of sense. NC State will start calling their timeouts. They've used their first one right here. They realize that they are in danger of losing this football game. They really should never even be in this game to begin with. There's not a second timeout. It's Harper with an injury on the offensive line, so that gives them a free timeout. Because that's what I like to do, give NC State and other teams free timeouts. I think I'm just going to scramble. Never mind. They had this covered. They had that on lockdown. Wow. Okay. Of course, the one time I was going to scramble, they have it on completely locked up. I guess they played it well because they knew that Garnett was in the game. Look at Keelan Rounds fight for the first down. That's what I'm talking about. Justin Terrell injured in the play. But Keelan Rounds, baby, he's a dog. And all of these injury timeouts and incomplete passes and everything has kept NC State from using their 2 timeouts. Finally, they use it. Get that mascot. That's a terrifying mascot. Why would that ever be a mascot? The face is terrifying. The fact that it's in a housewife dress is very terrifying as well. Keelan Rounds catches it 3rd and 4. Good throw. Good throw from Cole Welliver. Gets it 3rd and 4. Can we get another first down here? We might be able to. Look at that. And we're going to get more than a first down. It's a touchdown by Cameron Poe. We take our 10-point lead back with 2:21 to go. So they have 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning, but they're probably not going to call their timeout till after the 2-minute warning. Or maybe they won't even call it on offense. Who knows? Thankfully, they can't score 10 points in one touchdown, so they gotta give us back the football again, or at least kick an onside. But maybe this is where Jackson Howard steps up. He's been shut down all game by this left tackle, number 78. They've watched the film. They put double teams on him and all kinds of stuff. He's finally trying to get it in there, but he just can't. The left tackle's doing a great job of containing Jackson Howard's pass rush today. Even if NC State does lose, which I hope that they do, you got to give your credit where it's due for left tackle number 78. That's a big incompletion from C.J. Bailey. A little miscommunication from him and the receiver, off target a little bit. And it's a big 3rd and 6. It's obviously 4-down territory, but still, big 3rd and 6. They're going to go quickly. Dropped. Yes, dropped. And it's 4th and 6. That was an easy catch, really. You just had to put that in your hands. He didn't do it. 4th and 6. If we turn this over, it's ball game. So let's go do that. They're going to motion the running back out of the backfield. Maybe a little risky decision, but I mean, we kind of assumed it was going to be a pass anyway. Quick throw! Caught, first down. I wasn't expecting such a quick throw, if I'm being honest. Are they going to get this off before the 2-minute? They don't. I was not expecting such a quick pass. He snapped it, stepped back, and fired immediately, and I wasn't prepared for it. Jackson Howard has taken some time off on the bench. He's getting a little bit of a breather. Quick throw again. Pettijohn's right there to bring him down. 2nd and 8. They're going to hurry it up now because now all they have to stop the clock is either injury timeouts or their 1 timeout that they do still have. Or incomplete passes, I guess. Jarek Francis trying to get there. Mixon Jr. can't bring him down, but it's 3rd and 4. He does get out of bounds. Howard comes back in. Come on, Jackson. You've got 21 sacks so far this season. How have you not been able to put any pressure on C.J. Bailey today? Come on. Get to the quarterback. He can't do it. Good coverage. Knocked that incomplete. And it's 4th and 4. All right. Last time they got a 4th and 4, they converted it. Let's not have that happen again. He's got time in the pocket. He's firing. He looks, it's wide open again. Come on, guys. We couldn't pay attention to the check down running back? Plus, that time we gave... Ooh, that was close. That time we gave him way too much time in the pocket. Jackson trying to get there. He almost did. It's incomplete. Good coverage. I think that might have been Cornelius on the coverage. Good coverage. Jackson Howard's getting close, man. He's getting real close. Just can't get there officially. He's trying, and that time he does. He finally gets home, continues his sack streak, where he's gotten at least 1 sack in every game, I think, this season. That's number 22 on the year. It's finally, finally starting to break through. That's a deep ball. Knock it down! We did. 4th and 17. That was close. I thought he was going to actually come down with it. All right. We know what they got to do. They've got to throw this football for 17 yards, at least. Get to the sack. Get him. Interception. It's Riley Pettijohn. I mean, C.J. Bailey kind of just threw it up as he was getting hit. There was nobody in the vicinity except for Mr. Pettijohn to bring in the interception and end this football game. We are going to win 24-14 at home against NC State. That's a nice bounce back win. We really needed that. We really needed that. Nice little bounce back win. I'm still stunned about that roughing the passer call. That's an insane call. But that is a big win to bounce back in the conference. And hopefully that, I mean, cross your fingers about Theo Graves, man. Hopefully LSU's influence does not keep growing. Because if LSU's influence keeps growing, we're going to lose him. We lose out on Kenyon Missouri and Delaware Neal, which I don't think we were even going after. That much, at least. Here's our bye week. How's the influence doing? Oh, my God. And they scheduled him for a week 12. They got him the week after he comes to our place. And that influence is really, really big. Oh, my God. We're going to lose into LSU. I hate it. I hate it all. Oh, Roderick Hicks has still not decided to get his top 5 just yet. Lyle Ash we can schedule on a visit. We can get him on a week 12 for playing time, so he's coming in. That's big. We need to get Shamir. Oh, Shamir Castile's coming in week 11. Perfect. Also, Tennessee's got him on a week 12. Good Lord. These recruiting battles are absolutely insane. We need to switch to a hard sell on Alex Griggs because we are losing him, potentially. So let's switch to a hard sell. We know it's going to be Gamer. That's an A, an A+, and a B+. That's about as good as we can get. Hopefully that'll put us back ahead of Oregon. He's also on a week 12. Man, week 11 and week 12 are going to be massive for these 5 stars. Absolutely massive. We got to get week 12 for Hugh Townsell. We've already got a week 12 on Elkins. I can finally put that extra 10 on him to make it a full 50. Georgia has passed us for him. These recruitments, Thomas Hyman, we've passed Missouri, but we forced a recruiting battle. Oh, that's right. He was on campus. I didn't even realize. He was on campus during the NC State game. We did get the plus 50% for a clear winner, but I should have went for a blowout there. I didn't even realize. We'll see where that goes. Spencer Casey also was on campus for the week 7 game. I guess I should have paid more attention to who I had on campus. That's my fault. We'll get Tommy Dragos. That's a great name, by the way. He'll get on campus week 12. Week 11 and week 12 are huge, huge games. Absolutely huge games. We are still battling, and I don't know what's going to happen with LSU and Theo Graves, man. I don't know. I'm really hoping that they don't take a big lead here after this bye week. Please, please let the recruitment still continue. Do not tell me he commits. We get Spencer Casey. He's a 4-star. He's the first commitment of the class. Theo Graves is still second. He's still deciding. Oh my God, this is out of control, man. We do get our first commitment, though, which is nice. LSU's trying to make a comeback on Forrest Tatum, but they might have done a little too late here. They might be a little too late. Was I right on it? I wasn't right on the motivation, so it wasn't primetime player. I got to fix that. All right. It is actually going to be... Which one is it going to be? It's going to be... Oh, it could be house call. It probably is house call, isn't it? That's probably the only one to do. Yeah, so it's going to be house call, which is still a solid one. A- and 2 B+ is fine, especially with the way that we have a lead so far on Forrest Tatum. Oh my God, man. This battle is not going to end well. I can just feel it. We did jump back ahead of Iowa, thankfully. We can schedule a week 13 visit for Roderick Hicks now with the hours we have available. Should we hard sell him? We know 2 of the 3, but one of them, unfortunately, is playing style, which is an F for Roderick Hicks. Is there any way I can sway? Is there any way I can sway? I don't want to sway it to standard bearer. That's probably what it is, actually. I don't want to sway it to standard bearer. I'd rather sway it to... Probably... Is it too early to sway? Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it on a hard or send the house right now. We'll see what happens. We just recently passed them, so we are still in good position for Lyle Ash, but it's Notre Dame is making a big push. That's going to be pretty tough. Shamir Castile, I really hope does not commit before the week 11 visit because he looks like he's about to commit to Tennessee. I really would prefer him to wait until he gets to go on campus. But who knows if that's actually going to happen or not. We are falling on Hugh Townsell. I need to sell him, but we have a B+, an A, and a D- on a hard sell. Ugh, that might be a good option for a sway. I'm probably going to have to sway him to this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to sway him to high or aspirational goals. We'll have to sway him to that and see if that'll work. Because we need something. The hard sell that we have currently is not going to win us the recruitment. So we'll try that and see if we can get him back, but it might already be too little too late. He's on campus at Miami week 9. He's probably just going to go there. Tavon Elkins is a tough one. Hopefully we can figure something out there. The week 12 might end up coming in big for that. There's Spencer Casey. He's the first commitment. We do need more corners, and he's the first one to commit. He's got 93 speed, 93 excel. He's 6'1", 175. Good man coverage. He's going to be a good player. He's going to be a good player. We've got 110 hours. We can start going a little bit harder on some of these other guys. I probably should put more than 5 hours on Vince Murphy since nobody else is going after. We might as well finish up this recruitment as quick as possible. So we'll go 35 on him. We'll add some extra hours to Max Shea. I could also get him on campus, but he's got the competitive visit. I probably shouldn't do that. We can add some extra hours to Tommy Dragos. The punter, nobody else is going after. We're pretty good on him. 25 for the corner. He can get a complimentary visit, which is pretty huge. And then what else can I do? I can toss 15 on Alani Coleman. Keep ahead of him. We're probably going to lose on Broderick Rivers. I should probably switch those, shouldn't I? Yeah, let me take off the 25 for Alani Coleman and switch that to Broderick Rivers. See if we can get in the battle for him. Because getting extra corners is going to be super, super important. This isn't going to go well, though, man. I can just feel it. I can just see the world, which is going to be Theo Graves committing to LSU before he gets on campus. It's going to be so demoralizing. It's going to be so annoying. But that's just the way that it's going to go. We do play North Carolina on the road today in week number 9. Obviously, we got to win. Every game we got to win at this point. How are the standings looking? Conference standings in the ACC. Pittsburgh is undefeated, but we do play them. So that's going to be a big game next episode. Then Louisville, Duke, Miami, and then us right there. So this is a competitive, very, very competitive ACC this year. But we don't play Louisville. We don't play Duke. We play Miami and we play Pittsburgh. We already lost to Miami, obviously. But if we can beat Pittsburgh, that will knock them down a little bit. This is a tough top of the conference, man. But this is what we were looking for. We were looking for tougher competition, and we are getting it here in season number 1 of season number 1 in the ACC. Week number 9 against North Carolina. Let's go and get a win because we need to keep these recruits happy. And the only way to do that is to win games. On the road in North Kakalaki against North Carolina, taking on Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels. In this universe, Bill Belichick probably not going to get fired because that's no fun. So Bill Belichick's still here, unless they fired whoever the coach is. I guess that's possible, but in our headcanon so far, as far as we know, he's still here. Even though I know Bill Belichick not licensed in the game, but you get the idea. Let's take them on. This is the first time I think I've ever played at North Carolina, at least in 26. I don't think I've ever played against them on the road, at least. So it's pretty cool to be here, and I'm just hoping we can take them down. Let's take them down to Pound Town. It's going to be a loud crowd. Everybody's involved. The crowd is against us. They don't want to see us succeed. They're preying on our downfall and everything, but I'm here to win football games. And we start that by running the ball. And look at the space. Shelton Lighton down to the 49. Good to see him back healthy after suffering a little bit of an injury last game against NC State, but he's had the week off with the bye week. He's ready to go. That unfortunately does not go well. That's a loss of 2. They were really ready for that run. Unfortunate. Hand off to Cameron Poe, and Poe goes nowhere. Gets a yard back, but that is not what we wanted to have happen, is it? Let's get this ball to Keelan Rounds. He actually drops it, and we are going to have to punt the football, something we rarely do here in Delaware. But I can't comprehend putting the ball in play here. And Justin Mixon Jr. was almost there to touch it, but it does go too far into the end zone, and North Carolina will take the football. Who is it? It's Gio Lopez still. Okay, Gio Lopez still here. Transfer from South Alabama, I think is where he went originally. Transferred in here and is now the quarterback still of North Carolina, even 3 years deep into this franchise, or this rebuild dynasty. I'm really hoping that Jackson Howard has a better game than what he did against NC State. He was shut down against NC State. That left tackle, whoever he was, should be All-American because he was putting Jackson Howard in the blender. He did end up getting a sack towards the end of the game. I got a hair in my mouth. He did end up getting a sack at the end of the game. Good hit stick by Chambliss. But it wasn't the production I was expecting, or at least I've come to expect from Jackson Howard. So we'll see if he can get back into the rhythm and the groove of, whoa, a shovel pass on a screen? I don't know what that was, but that did not go well. Whatever it was supposed to be. North Carolina also 5-2. Weren't they undefeated at the start of the episode? Did they lose 2 games in a row? I could have sworn they were undefeated. They must have lost week 7 and week 8. That's kind of crazy. So they're kind of on the downswing. Look at Jackson Howard trying to get there. That's out of bounds. 4th and 1. Are they going to put it back to us? They're going to go for it. I respect it. I respect the hustle, the grind. They're going to go for this. Let's not let them get this. Jackson Howard, this is your time to shine. No, it's not going to be Jackson Howard. It's going to be Pettijohn. He's got another pick. 2 games in a row with an interception for Riley Pettijohn. This man happens to be right place, right time. He's got the best luck in the biz. Gio Lopez felt the pressure coming on and had to get that away. Forced it maybe a little bit too soon. Did not go his way, but we might not be able to run the football today. It seems as if North Kakalaki is good at stopping the run. But are they good at stopping the screen pass? They might be. I mean, that was a decent screen. It gets us a lot of that yardage back we lost. All right, 3rd and 6. This feels like a Kenyon Garnett designed scramble. I don't have the room for it, so I'm going to have to toss it. Hopefully Keelan Rounds cannot drop it. He does drop it. Keelan, man, that's 2 drops today. What are you doing, dog? You don't usually drop footballs. That's not your style. That's not your bag. I'm going to have to throw that to somebody I didn't want to throw it to, and Bryce Kane will get it incompleted. I didn't want to throw it to Circle, but there was a guy that was pressuring me, and I panicked and just pressed a button. I wanted to throw it to Butler Tanner across the middle. I feel like I would have had a better chance at him catching it. But I panicked and just pressed the buttons, and it happened to be Circle. Decent tackle there by Pettijohn. This game's going back and forth. Our offense has kind of been neutralized right now in the first quarter. We cannot run the ball, at least not consistently. And that's our bread and butter. That's our bread basket. Oh my God, he's wide open. Where's the coverage on that play? Gio Lopez finds a receiver wide open, and North Carolina's on the board first. Who was in coverage here? He kind of just drifts away. So right now, number 43, Owen Chambliss, is kind of like looking at it, but then he just gives up, and then it just leaves all this open space because we got double coverage on this guy for some reason, and then he just runs into the open space. The safety doesn't know what to do. Rod Hainsworth is trying to figure out who's covering who, and it's all kinds of messed up. And it works out for North Carolina as they score the first touchdown of the game. That's not a good sign for us, considering our offense can't really move the football. I was kind of hoping that our defense would play a little bit better than that. That was a rough one. The fact that he was just wide open, man, that's kind of brutal. Kind of brutal. Coverage got to be better than that. But Owen Chambliss, I don't know if Owen Chambliss was the one that was supposed to cover him the whole way, or if he was just covering his zone or something. I don't know what he was, but whatever happened, it didn't work. It didn't go the way that I wanted it to. So it leads to a touchdown. And now we got to get back here in the groove. We got to get back here in the groove. We need the good guys to step it up. We need to move the football. And here's a big run. Cameron Poe's got a lot of space. Does he have the speed to run away? The Dragon Warrior, one play to the house. Touchdown, East Delaware. Cameron Poe did the dang thing. He said he was going to take it, and he did. He just broke 3. And all he had to do was outrun a couple of defensive players for Miami, and he had just enough speed to do so. 80 yards to the house. It took him 9 seconds to run 80 yards, which is pretty impressive. And we have tied this game up. So much for the run game not working. At least not it worked on that play. And we have tied it back at 7. All right, that's pretty electric. That is pretty electric. Let's see if we can stop him on defense here. Let's not have the brain malfunction that we had on defense right last drive. That's Jeremiah Wolf. Good coverage and good tackle. The true freshman Jeremiah Wolf. He's been a big player for us. He's so massive. Just seeing him out there on the field with everybody else. He looks like a linebacker, but he's got the speed of a wide receiver. And he's going to be right there on that play. First down, North Carolina. Nate Callaway, the receiver on that one. I want to know where the magic went with Jackson Howard. He was lighting people up on the first half of the season. What are you throwing, Gio Lopez? It's Daquan Odoms with the interception. Gio's just hucking. He's chucking and hucking these balls. I don't know what he's doing. That was one-on-one. It was kind of underthrown, and Daquan Odoms intercepts it pretty easily. Oh, God. Shelton Light not getting the same blocking that Cameron Poe got in the previous play. Very strange decision-making from Gio Lopez. We're going to keep it with Kenyon Garnett. He's going to get up to the 18-yard line, 3rd and 6. They're going to press up on Keelan Rounds. That seems like a mistake, but I'm not going to audible because I don't think he's going to hear me. Oh, I don't like having this. I don't like this at all. That's an interception, isn't it? Yep. I didn't like anything about that play, and it ended up being an interception. It's going to be a pick 6, isn't it? I can't turn into... I was pressing circle to turn into Butler Tanner the whole time. It wouldn't let me turn into him. It kept turning me into every single person other than Butler Tanner. And it ends up being a pick 6 for North Carolina. I didn't like anything about that route. I shouldn't have thrown it. The ball sailed and got... it's just so frustrating, man. It's frustrating when things don't go the way that I want them to go. Or expect them to go. And now we're down again. I hate when teams get touchdowns on plays or as a result of plays that should not be happening. Like NC State last game against them, they got only their 2 touchdowns. Oh my God, good play by Keelan Rounds, by the way. Both of their touchdowns happened because of stupid things that happened to us. And then now this game, the 2 touchdowns that have happened for North Carolina happened because of stupid things that happened to us. The interception and then the missed blown coverage, whatever it was. Very frustrating when stuff like that happens. Luckily, Kenyon Garnett gets a lot of room up the middle. He's got a big time gain. What's happening? Oh, North Carolina calls a timeout. Why? Such weird decisions for timeouts. 2:52 to go in the game, or in the half, and you call a timeout there? As I was running hurry up? Only gain of 1 on that one, but I bet they don't call a timeout here. Just weird decisions. Don't know why they called a timeout there. Maybe they were trying to substitute people on and they didn't think they had the amount of time to get there. That's an unfortunate route. That's what we call the classic bump. The receiver got bumped on the route, ended up losing a yard on the play. That's a classic EA Sports route. And now it's a 3rd and 10 with 2 minutes to go in the half. Let's just say I'm not too happy. And Keelan Rounds is going to lose yards again. Or didn't even gain a yard. A 56-yard field goal on the road. There's absolutely zero shot I make that. Especially from this hash. So I might as well not even attempt it. I can attempt this. Bryce Kane dropped it. Turnover on downs. I hate my life. All right, 1st and 10. North Carolina back on offense. I don't think Bryce would have had it anyway, but still. Gio Lopez fires in. Gio Lopez is a frustrating dude to play against. Very frustrating. He's scrambling, but he's not fully running. He's just extending the pocket and extending the play. And then he's finding huge passing plays. He's finding these guys absolutely wide open. He overthrew that one. What is the coverage on these plays? I know I'm running zones most of the time, but we got to be able to be in the right place at the right time. We got to be able to cover a little bit better. That's a screen pass. Pettijohn's right there. He loses the tackle battle. He only gets a couple yards on the gain. But this is super frustrating. Super frustrating. End zone. Got to pick it off, please. Thankfully, it's Peyton Morgan. Stops them from getting at least 3. Thank you, Peyton. That's Gio Lopez's 3rd interception, by the way. He's just chucking footballs. You got to respect it. You don't have a lot of gunslingers in modern college football. Gio Lopez is a gunslinger right now. And of course, I hate that the defensive edge. I hate that they jump and swat passes away. That's kind of annoying. And that is a bump. I'm going to lose my mind. Why is it every episode recently I'm losing my mind in this franchise or in this dynasty? It's just the little things that just kill me. I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a pass rush from North Carolina. Sweet Jesus. I mean, they pushed my left guard back into my face, so I had to step up in the pocket, but then the other defensive tackle was right there for me to get sacked. I got nothing here. I just had to luckily get that away. I mean, there was nothing really I could do on that one. Again, good pass. They're rushing 4, or rushing probably even 3, and I'm still not able to scramble. How is that even a thing? This time I had the open lane. I'll call my first timeout, even though I know it's going to stop him momentarily. Might as well still call the timeout. They're going to bring their guys back up a little bit. I just need them to give me a little bit of time. And I'm not getting that time. Cameron Poe, not a lot of time to work with there. I probably should have called a timeout, but I need Kenny Garnett in the game, and I don't want Cole Welliver in the game, so got to keep him out here. Scramble, Garnett trying to get close to a field goal. We have 4 seconds left. A 61-yarder on the road. I can't kick a 61-yarder. I know it's down the middle, mostly, but I can't kick a 61-yarder. There's no chance I can kick a 61-yarder. Maybe not even at home I could kick a 61-yarder. So we got to test Keelan Rounds again. He didn't get a hand on it. Incomplete. We go to the half. Oh. Man, this is a frustrating one. If Gio Lopez wasn't such a gunslinger, we'd be getting blown out already in this game. That's kind of the way that it's going. That's the vibe it's going. But thankfully, Gio Lopez is just chucking footballs, and he's not really paying attention to where he's throwing it, and it's getting intercepted a lot. We're kind of benefiting from that, but we need to win this game. Good tackle there. No gain on that play. Jackson Howard, for the 2nd game in a row, has been non-existent. How are you supposed to get into New York if You can't even rush the passer against North Carolina. He was so electric to start this season, man. He was just getting sack after. It felt like every play he had a sack. He's not going to get on that one, but there will be a sack on the play. It's Langston Bowling, the 400-pound defensive tackle who's been here since day one, gets the big sack on Gio Lopez. We'll force the punt, and we will get the football to start the second half. Oh, look at Cameron Poe. Look at the electricity of Cameron Poe's return. That's a massive start. That gets us to the 22. What a great return from Cameron Poe. He's been so good. He had the touchdown, the 80-yard touchdown run, and now he has the great punt return. Cameron Poe's electric right now. And that is a big first down from Shelton Lighton. Keep it going, keep it moving, keep it cooking. Javon Lake's in the game now. And Javon Lakes will have the touchdown into the icy blue water of North Carolina's end zone. Javon Lakes scores it to tie us back at 14. All right, defense, it's up to you now. Offense did their job, and special teams with Cameron Poe. We've tied it back up. There's still a lot of football left to be played. We're only in the third quarter. But I would prefer a big win. And I'd prefer a defensive stop here. They will take over at the 14-yard line. They got a lot of work to do. We need Jackson Howard to step up. If he was ever going to step up, it'd be right now. They're going to go to the flat, caught out of bounds at the 20. Please, please, defense. I need you. I need you more than ever. Oh, it's wide open. Come on, guys. I know we blitzed, but we didn't blitz that many, did we? First and 10. Fresh set of downs for North Carolina. God. Jackson Howard's neutralized. Absolutely neutralized by this left tackle. Maybe I should switch him over to the right side and go against that right tackle. I don't know. Because whatever he's doing over here is not working. Get there, Jackson. Get there. Oh, he almost had him, but Gio escaped and got the first down anyway. Going up against a quarterback as elusive as Gio Lopez is pretty tough for a guy like Jackson Howard. He's trying. Not only does he have to try to get past this left tackle, he's got to then try to catch Gio Lopez, which is not an easy task. Wow, he held on to that football. Good hands. Javaris Green. Good hands on him because we were swatting at that football. Little RPO action. He gets in, stays in bounds, gets the first down. I was trying to hit stick him before he got the first down, but he got it and then he spun off of it. This feels like a North Carolina touchdown unless Gio Lopez throws another interception, which he's been known to do. He's thrown 3 of them so far. He kept it on a read option here. I missed with Jackson Howard. I thought he was going to keep going further to the left. He ended up staying, or not going as far as I thought. I kind of overcommitted, I guess. Another read option. This time it's a running back keep, and he gets a lot of yards he shouldn't have had there. We should have brought him down quicker. All right, big 3rd and 3. I'm going to let Jackson Howard be the CPU. I'm going to let the CPU control him and see maybe if they'll have a little bit better success. Get to him, get to him. Jackson's actually going to get there. Jackson Howard did get there. Maybe I shouldn't use him anymore. Jackson Howard with a sack on Gio Lopez, forcing the field goal attempt. That is sack number 23 for Jackson Howard. One away from the tie of the season record that Terrell Suggs set back in the day. So there's a hope that he will get it as the Tar Heels drill the field goal. So they go up 17-14. It's okay. It's a lot better than going up 21-14, that's for sure. We got to do this, man. We got to play better. If we lose this game, we can kiss Theo Graves goodbye. That's pretty much a guarantee. That is pretty much a guarantee. 2nd and 7, Javon Lakes. Good cut, good vision from Javon Lakes to get the first down there. He saw that there was nothing happening on the left side, so he decided to go right side, and he's able to get a first down and more. We're going to go QB blast. It's the most electric play in our playbook. Kenyon Garnett first down. Good job, big dog. Good job. Now what do? We probably just throw this down to Bryce Kane. Is he open enough? He is. First down, Bryce. Let's just hand it off. Do I snap this? No. Let's wait till the fourth quarter. If we can take 2 or 3 minutes of the fourth quarter clock off and then score, we might be in a good position. Ideally, we take the entire fourth quarter clock, obviously, and we win on a touchdown at the buzzer, but that's probably not going to happen. We're already at midfield. There's just simply not going to be enough time, but maybe we can take a couple of minutes off and hope that we still score a touchdown, and then there's just not enough time for North Carolina to work with. I don't know. Let's play it out and see what happens. A gain of 2 on that run. Keep drilling it. Keep drilling the clock. 2nd and 8, handoff to Lakes. Javon Lakes. That actually worked in my favor. I bounced off my offensive lineman. I wasn't trying to, but I bounced off my offensive lineman, and it actually made the CPU defender miss me. So I would have got stopped before getting the first down there if I didn't do that. So for once, actually running into my offensive lineman benefited me, which is not usually what happens. But we have taken a good amount of time off so far. Are they going to be able to hear this audible? I think they did. I think I'm just going to take the check down to Shelton Lighton, guarantee the yards, get the first down as well. We've taken a few minutes off the clock so far, and we continue to go down. This is working out really well. This is working out really, really well. We still have a chance for a first down, but Javon Lakes trying to get the end zone. He's down at the 3. That was real close, Javon. We've taken it under 3 minutes. We are doing a great job of draining this clock. I think it's time to get in the end zone here. Oh, Shelton tried. He really did try. I thought he had it too. All right, this is a little risky. There is a chance for a first down if we don't get in, but I'd just prefer to get in. Just make it as simple as possible. Shelton does not get in, but he gets the first down. You got to be kidding me. How did he not get in there? I'm not quite sure how he didn't get in. We're going to go QB blast. I've never done QB blast from the 1. I'm going to try it out, and it works. Barely, but it does work. Okay, we did really well on that drive. We took a lot of time off. We basically got it down to the 2-minute warning. We got it down to 2:01. And we take the lead, scoring a touchdown, crucially, to make them have to score a touchdown themselves. Oh, and I think I did see at the beginning of this game that North Carolina has a couple of recruits on campus for this game, on visits. So it'd be really nice to blow that up for them and ruin that. 1 second to go before the 2-minute warning. They're going to go RPO, receiver screen, and Chambliss knocks him down. It's a decent gain. They got like 4 yards, 5 yards, something like that. I'm going to keep using Dominic Kirks because last time I did that Jackson Howard got the sack. So let's see what happens. Although Jackson Howard's in coverage on this play, and he's not going to do anything because it's a big-time first down. I don't like this one bit. I don't like this one bit. Under 1:50. Come on, boys, please. That's a quick underneath throw. He's got a lot of yards. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Timeout, North Carolina. We're starting to get into territory where we have to decide if we let them score or not. I know that that sounds a little crazy to think about, but 1:41, if they keep taking this time and then they score and then we run out of time ourselves, it's going to be all kinds of bad. But Gio Lopez has been known in this game to make mistakes. He's already got 3 interceptions. There's a chance he makes another one. Jackson Howard trying to get the sack. He almost did. Jeremiah Wolf can't bring down the receiver. We knock him down at the 11. Howard was so close to getting Lopez there. So close, but he just got it away. And then Jeremiah Wolf unfortunately missed the tackle. This is risky. I feel real risky doing this. But I guess we got to keep fighting. That ball's out! Recovered by us! Oh my God, we did it! Oh my God, we did it! Oh my God, we did it! Fumbled in the red zone. And the Knights take over at the 14. And it's not going to be reviewed. It's not going to be reviewed. Was it actually a fumble or did North Carolina get hoed? The missed tackle by Jeremiah Wolf. And then the hit stick from Jaquan Odoms. Oh my God, it's not a fumble. Oh my God, it's 1000% not a fumble, but the North Carolina got hoed. Oh my God. I'd be throwing my own self out a 5-story building if this happened to me. This is 1,000,000% not a fumble. The knee is down. The elbow is down. The entire body is down. Then he drops it. We recover. It's not a fumble, but I don't effing care because it happens in my benefit. It happens in my benefit, and I couldn't be happier. Look at the boys. Look at the boys celebrate. How do I get both these guys in the frame? Look at the boys right here. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. They're not going to review. North Carolina fans, I would be furious if I was you. You just got 1,000,000% hoed. Like, there's no other way around it. That is about as bad of a call as that pass interference or the rough in the passing caller that we suffered earlier. We win the game on an insanely bad no call on the fumble. Wow, we survived North Carolina. That's, oh my God, what a game. What a game. A fumble call that's not a fumble, but it goes in our favor. Man, North Carolina got so cheated on that, but at least it worked out in our benefit. Please, please, Theo Graves, do not commit to LSU. 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 We get somebody. We get Thomas Hyman, which is huge. Theo Graves, no, 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 no. I don't see Theo Graves' name. I do see Alex Griggs, unfortunately. We lose out on Broderick Rivers, Westerman, but we weren't going after him. Alex Griggs chose Oregon. Townsend chose Miami. Elkins chose Georgia? Really? Wow, we actually lost a lot of guys right there. Crucially, not Theo Graves, though. But we lost a big one in Tavon Elkins. I did not think he was going to commit to Georgia outright. He didn't even have a visit scheduled to Georgia. He just committed. Man, that's kind of brutal. Georgia does have brand exposure as he has brand exposure as his deal breaker. Conference prestige, I'm going to take Townsend off. He's not going to decommit. Same thing for Alex Griggs. He's not going to decommit. We're just going to lose those guys. But Thomas Hyman committing is pretty good. We got 2 4-stars committed to the team. He looks like, we don't know what he looks like, but he's probably going to be a pretty good player. We're still looking good on Forrest Tatum. Oh my God, he's going to commit next week, isn't he? We've reached week number 10. There's nothing I can do. I've already got the hard sell. It's the best hard sell we can do unless I try to sell him or sway him. I think that's a little too risky at this point, but do we have another choice? Do I have another choice? He's going to go to LSU. What do I do? I'm going to lose him. And I'm going to be so upset. Is there a way I can sway him? I'm not going to sway him to that, obviously. I'm not going to sway him to primetime player. Is there any hard sell that has, or any sell that has 3 A's in it? That's an A+, an A-, and a B. That's not much better than what we already have with the proximity to home thing, so I don't think any sway really works. That's so sucky. There's nothing else I can do. I literally have done everything I can to get this man committed. And LSU just has more, they just have more influence. Not only do they have the pipeline, they just are a better program. They have better ratings, they have better grades, they have better everything. He's going to commit after week 10 to LSU. There's nothing I can do about it. He's not even going to take his visit. Ugh! God, I hate this sometimes. Recruiting is so hard. I'm going to keep Tavon Elkins on the board because there is a world where Georgia loses a couple of games, their brand exposure goes down, and he decommits. It's possible. It's not likely, but it is possible. So I'll keep him on the board just in case. We'll take the rest of these guys off. We did get passed for Larry Stump. God, I hate recruiting sometimes, man. I really do. All right. Let's keep going. I will switch this to a hard sell, though. We already know 2 of his things. It's probably going to be this one, but let's make sure that there's no other choices. Yeah, it's going to be standard bearer, which is an A+, an A, and an A-, which is one of the best you can actually have, so that's huge. The punter's doing good. We've gotten passed on for Tommy Dragos, so it's time to switch to a send the house on him. We could do a hard sell on him as well, but let's just get taking the lead over Miami. Max Shea, we can schedule a visit for, we can do week 11. We'll do Coach Prestige for you, and we'll actually switch all the way to a 50 bomb on you. Man, recruiting's so tough sometimes. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Especially when you're at a small school like this. Just so frustrating sometimes. So frustrating. Maybe there was something I could have done differently. I don't know. I mean, I went as hard as I could. I thought that I had him in the bag, but LSU decided they wanted him. And when a team like that decides they want him, there's not really much else you can do. Might as well go all in on the rest of these guys that we have. The Tavon Elkins one's kind of annoying, actually. Like, he didn't even have a visit scheduled. He didn't even have a visit scheduled to Georgia, and he just accepts the scholarship? Like, what are we talking about here? At least weigh your options. Don't just commit outright to a team before you even take a visit. You don't even know what their campus looks like. You didn't even go. We can't, unfortunately, do a hard sell on Teron Cross just yet, even though we know all about him. Maybe we can get in the race for Manu Fanaka? Fanayaka? I don't know how to say that. Maybe we can get in the race for him, though. Oh, we've got 2 commitments, an edge rusher and a corner. Should have had Tavon Elkins on the team. We're probably going to get Forrest Tatum. I don't want to say that too soon because we still got to get through week 11 visit. He's going. I can guarantee you that next episode, once we play the pit game, I guarantee you he's going to commit to LSU without even taking the visit to campus. That's just what's going to happen. So it sucks. It really does suck that that's what's going to happen. But there's not much I can do about it. He's just going to go there. LSU wanted him, and it's going to happen. He looks so good, though. He's got to be generational. He looks like a freak of a player. And the fact that he's going to go to LSU is so annoying. Are any of these other quarterbacks anywhere near good enough? Casey Kieran sucks. 85 speed's pretty solid. All right, we can take Casey Kieran off the list, but Kongbo, actually, Udo Kongbo looks like he could be a pretty good player, but man, that's brutal. Pretty tough episode. We won our games, but recruiting-wise, it's not going very well at all. Theo Graves is going to commit to LSU, and I absolutely hate it. I really do. I really, really, really do. But not much I can do about it, so it is what it is. Sucks. That's going to be the end of the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.